Hi, thanks for joining us. This is Live with Miami's Community News, and our guest today is the founder and president of the Doral Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Manny.
All right. I'm
Uh,
glad to be here. Always glad to be
it-
here.
One of the great things about entrepreneurs is they get it from the beginning. Oh, hey, that's for you.
Hey, what happened here?
We
Sorry about that.
it's okay. We're all
This
good.
is my tie. My keys are lost. Here, let's get this over to the vice president.
Okay. So one of the great things about the entrepreneur is you understand how these pieces get together to form a business organization and a marketing organization. So let's talk about first what's happening in Doral as a entity and the Doral and the surrounding areas, because it's never
Right.
just the physical boundaries.
No,
There's
never,
a
never.
spirit that
Yep.
belongs. We're across the street, or we shop there, or we live there. So tell us about what's the exciting things that are going on.
That's great. I'm glad you mentioned that. We are on national champions. What do they call them? Neighborhood champions for American Express Shop Small. We just had a campaign for Small Business Saturday, and that is so important to shop your local community, your local restaurants, your local shops, boutiques, and stuff. And that's what Shop Small was about. Now, we're the Doral Chamber of Commerce, but we have members from all areas, including Sweetwater, which is an amazing area. And the new area that's about to be hopefully annexed by Sweetwater very soon, which has Home Depot, Ross. Our members there were 24-hour fitness. BurgerFi. I just had their bacon cheeseburger. Their bacon ultimate bacon.
When you
burger.
say just had, you mean this morning?
No. two days ago, I was sending the Taste of Doral email, and I'm looking at this ultimate bacon burger, and I said, Carmen, let's go to BurgerFi.
Okay. So now that the ADD has kicked in, so let's talk.
I got
about
a lot of ADD today.
Let's talk about the Taste of Doral. Tell us.
Well, that's a great event. We started, not an event. It started as we were going to work on doing an event. Then it's a marketing for the community and featuring our best restaurants. And during July, in between Taste of Coral Gables and Miami Spice, July 1st to the 31st, we do Taste of Doral. So we feature our restaurants. Right now, we have 13 bus benches featuring Shop Small and Taste of Doral.
So the Doral Chamber has 13 bus benches.
Yes.
And what's on the bus benches?
A few, I forget what the number is. So some are about Shop Doral.
Mm-hmm.
See, we're trying to bring people into the community. When I worked with Insight Street Media, which is a Platinum Trustee member, he says, but I don't have, we'll work the 13 spots, but we don't have the benches in Doral. I said, no, that's great. Because I want to bring people in from Sweetwater, Westchester, Miami, Coral Gables, Hialeah to taste the food and the ambience and the atmosphere and the entertainment that we have in Doral, like City Place. City Place is one of our trustee members. They've got all kinds of stuff going on for the holidays now, the fountain, the music, the movies.
I'm not sure if it was City Place, but City Place is the one that has a movie theater, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I texted you a month or two ago. I was over there having dinner, and it was a great restaurant. We're sitting on the sidewalk. The weather was pretty decent. And there's this tall building, like to your right, and there's a big digital billboard on top.
Yeah.
So I took my phone and I looked at it, and the QR code popped up, right? And I found out all about some beer that I didn't care about, but I'm going, it was such an event to be able to be so far away. That's probably a 4 or 5 story building at an angle. And so the QR codes are a great way to help market, but I was like thrilled. I was there with my kids. My grandkids, they knew how to take care of us, all right?
Yeah.
And they bring the little cups over with the tops on them with the straws, and it was really a significant, friendly, happy place to be.
It is.
And as we are approaching a new year, I think people want to have more smiles on their face.
Yeah.
And we recognize that Doral clearly is one of the best cities in Dade County.
Yep.
And if it's the best city in Dade County, all right, which I think that if it's not number one, it's number 2. That means for a huge area of the state, because there's so many things that are there. So tell us about the type of business and the type of residences in Doral.
Well, there's as far as residences, we have everything. We have from the luxury $1 million homes to the low income apartments, and hopefully we'll get more of those built because rents right now are skyrocketing. I pay an exuberant amount of rent in Doral, but that's everywhere right now in Miami-Dade County and South Florida. As far as the business community, we are a large percentage is logistics. Okay, moving the cargo, import and export. Of course, we're so close to the airport, and we have we're very close to 836, the Turnpike, 826. We have rail, which could be improved. I think it's going to be improved. So we have it all, and of course the airport. So we have a lot of logistics, import, export. But now one of the things that people don't know, and that's one of the reasons that we created Taste of Doral in 2012, is that we have some of the best restaurants, if not the best restaurants in town. Of course, Brickell and downtown, they want to compete, and some of the Coral Gables ones. But I mean, I when you came down, I said, try Cooper's Hawk. I think you already had plans. You're already going somewhere, but it's Cooper's Hawk. You got the Wine of the Month Club, a really elegant, great place, La Fontana, which is a really hidden gem on 107th and 74th Street. That's an amazing location, amazing business, fantastic food.
Certainly on the west side of Dade County, it's premier shopping and premier entertainment and premier housing. And we went the other day to the golfing place. Forgive me, I forgot the name of it.
The Trump Resort?
No, the big golfing place where you're up on.
Top Golf. We had a lunch in there.
Yeah, Top Golf. I'm there, with the whole family. I was feeling a little stiff, but you go, okay. I know I'm not backwards, but I'm not up to date. When you hit the ball,
I couldn't drive the ball. I've always played putt. It's like that.
It traces the ball for you. It shows it on the screen where it goes.
32 yards. Okay.
Did it go off?
I went over. Yeah, I didn't hit anybody underneath, but I didn't know I couldn't drive a ball.
All right.
Oh my God!
There he is, the restaurant dudes.
Talk about burgers.
Do a show. Steve, there he is.
Can you come do a cameo back here? Okay. Now this guy was in Doral before. What are you drinking?
I got beers.
This guy was in Doral, sweet baby.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Okay, I'm charging for that. This promo. Okay. So,
what's the name of your place?
Clutch Burger.
Clutch Burgers.
Okay. And you can join the Doral Chamber, right?
Yeah, done.
Like you were with
Kings.
before. Yeah, Kings.
And Steve has a show here, and it's called Restaurant Dudes.
Right? I see that. You're doing an awesome job with that.
And we didn't know you were a juggler. I have a picture of you. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Juggle the beers you brought there.
I drink them. I don't juggle.
See you later. Thanks so much.
All right, I'm going to hold you to it. You're going to join the Doral Chamber. Right?
Done. And then you got to jump on Restaurant Dude show.
You got it. Yeah. I'd love to do that.
All right. Awesome. Do it every Thursday. So maybe do this one. And
this is great. Cameo right here. All right. Say name of the business again?
Clutch Burger.
Coral Gables. Where?
Right in on Doral 146.
See, I do more promo. I do more promo from you from Doral than never mind. See? Go away.
And ask for the Steve special when you go in.
I'm Gringozuela and I live in Doralswela.
I love it.
Very good.
So that was our cameo for the day. Back to the regular programming. So,
all right. So before we rudely interrupted ourselves,
that's okay. When we talk marketing, I said you got to be different, right?
Yes.
I'm reading the book, or pretty much listen to it, or Get Different by Michalowicz, and that's one of the things that's mentioned. We've always been different.
So let's talk about when a business joins the chamber, you market them. You're their marketing folks. They can do whatever else they want, but you take their promotions, their marketing, their advertising, and you share it on your website and the newsletters and social media.
Yes, right? We focused on that, especially after the C word. After last year, one of the things we did, we negotiated the bus benches, and that's the shop small, the hashtag shop small, shop Doral. And our slogan became, we market you. So we became more of a digital agency for our chamber members, which is what they needed, because we couldn't get out. We lost, we lost the opportunity to do the IKEA speed networking with 100 and some odd people, because IKEA is still on, not on lockdown, but they're still holding back on having in-person event. We can't do the carnival lunches with 150 people. So we got back though. We did Top Golf lunch. We did K1 speed. Grant was there driving a car.
Back to Top Golf. It's great. Plenty of parking. That's always an issue for me. I drive a big truck, it's like, where am I going to park? And it's up 1 or 2 flights. You go there and you order food. You can order whatever you want to drink.
Your brisket is awesome.
It's extraordinary. We had 5 or 6 people in our party, and the entertainment was watching the other person be able to actually hit the ball and for it to fall down. Right?
That was embarrassing. I really didn't know that. I didn't know how to drive a ball.
So I think part of it, before you go there to golf, because you go there to eat and it's great, is to get warmed up. There's an area about 40 feet from where you golf. It's a open boardwalk with really high fencing around it.
Mhm.
So you could have the kids there,
Yeah.
and you can sit right by the door, all right?
Yeah.
And you can see them, and they cannot get out, all right?
Yeah.
You're sitting there with your guard. So our grandkids are running around the place. It was really an extraordinary afternoon. It was a relief to be able to go out in the air and see people enjoying themselves. And I want to get back to the marketing that you do for people. It's really extraordinary. And businesses have some choices on how to market themselves.
Yeah.
But you can take, when you sit down with the people, say who you're trying to reach, what is your business. You can help direct them for the type of advertising they want. And you emailed your newsletters. How often you mailed it?
That's daily.
Daily.
And they do not unsubscribe, which is interesting because as I teach in email marketing is you set the expectations. People know they're going to get that email once a day. The subject line is clear. It's not deceptive. By the Can Spam Act, it's not supposed to be deceptive, but so people know exactly what that email is about. Today's email went out this morning while we were at your event.
Yep.
Is about the toy drive that we have today at Valley Bank in Doral. Please come by if you can, 5:30 p.m. And by the way, we have a new member, Viva Casa, which is a tequila manufacturer in South Florida. So they're going to be having tequila today. So we're calling it tequila and toys.
So when I look at the city of Doral, what's going on there is not duplicated in Kendall. It's not at all. It's not in Pinecrest. It's not in Palmetto Bay. It's not in Cutler Bay. God bless everybody down there because we're friends with everybody. It's an extraordinary event to go there and to see what is going on in these big town centers.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Whatever you want is there. And it is really on those malls, I think that's what they're called. It's very high class stuff. You go there and you feel really good and you see vibrant people walking around.
Well, one of the things that I want to focus on, I'm hoping that we will, you told me not to be negative, so I'll try not to be negative, but we really need to change the whole administration from the mayor to the 4 people that are up there. Everything is focused around downtown Doral, which is cute. And we have some nice restaurants there, Gusto Risto Bar, Dragonfly, Booyah. Okay, Bashur, which is a chamber member, excellent place, and City Place. We have a lot more than that expanded around the entire city.
Yeah, and you bring up a really good point. One of the things that you do is you're able to get folks from either inside that area or right outside that. And I wanted to get back to some of you used to have classes, right, where people would go.
They're scheduled for January back. We're back.
Yes.
Now, they're still going to be virtual.
Right.
Okay, we downsized the chamber. We moved to an excellent location at PS Business Parks. Excellent location, but we downsized. We don't have a training room anymore. If we go live, we'll probably go back and probably negotiate back with Kaiser University where we were doing events back. But let me mention that because that's important. Look, social media. We had the discussion before we started. Social media. If you post something on Facebook and unless you pay, no one sees what you post. Okay, you got that? And even when you pay, no one sees what you post. So what I teach in social media is you got to dominate. So what's going to happen after the show? We're going to distribute the Facebook Live recording that you did. Okay, where do we distribute to? First, our emails go to 39,000 people. And that was the best thing that I figured we could do for our chamber members during the C and after the C. Okay, so we have 39,000 emails. You go to our page, doralchamber.org. You click on the upload button, and you upload the promotion to us. Okay, within a day or two, typically. Now it's taking a little longer now because everybody is sending their uploads. Within a day or two, you're highlighted on an email to 39 to 43,000 contacts, and it's also posted across 44 plus social media sites.
One of the things people sometimes are not aware of, they think they can do their own marketing. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
It is very hard to do that.
Yeah.
And most of the small businesses think that, they put something on Twitter, they put it on Facebook. And then if you ask them, they do Facebook. And, oh, yeah. So tell me about your process. I ask them and they tell me, and it's just like, okay, your mother won't even see this. All right. And
yeah, exactly.
And so
no one sees what you post.
Yes.
People don't realize. And then, look, when I teach that class, the first thing I say is, whatever you post on Facebook, no one sees. If you don't believe me, try that. And remember something. I heard this from another speaker. Is Facebook is not a social media site. Facebook is a business, and their job is to make money. When you post for free, they don't make any money. They want you to pay for ads. Are the ads efficient on Facebook? No. But can I tell you what the number one thing you can have on social media right now? YouTube. You want to do ads? YouTube ads. They're the most effective. You can get for the money. It's the most effective, the most efficient, and it's different. Video is different. Now, people think that it's really complex to do a YouTube video. It's not. These phones, Carmen has my phone right now, iPhone 13, iPhone 12. They take amazing video.
Yes.
4K video, which you don't need 4K, by the way. So YouTube, but then after the YouTube, you have to have the distribution.
So people sort of lose sight because they think that they have to do it. No, they need to talk with somebody. They need to pay somebody who's going to help them put together a plan and then to distribute it.
Okay.
Right?
All right. So good. So we have to take a different path right now. And I want to tell you about this. I met the owners today at your event, amazing event with Jose Pepe Diaz. Jose Pepe Diaz, I told you there, and I'll tell you now, I love you, man. Okay. So that's all. Okay. At that event, we met the ladies from Max Cycle. Okay. Why have they been around for 50 years? And I had a discussion with them, and I've known them since 72. I've been in Miami, and look, it's the number one marketing tool is what they do, which is excellent. Let's not call it excellent. Let's call it amazing customer service. That is the number one marketing tool that you can put into use right now. Why? Because no one's doing it. All right. What do I do when a member joins? I have a meeting today at 11 o'clock with one of our new trustee members, Laura Urina from Acorn East.
What is Acorn East?
It's office supplies and packaging and shipping supplies.
Mm-hmm.
They join as a trustee. What do I do with every member? Well, everyone has my cell phone, number one. Number two is I meet with them. Okay. Today is a one-on-one. I meet with them, explain exactly this is what you do. This is where you go. This is where you upload. How can I help you? This is my cell phone number. You can text me. I'm not 9 to 5. Carmen's not 9 to 5. You can call us. Let's work together. I don't want to take your money and not give you value, which is it's what you do. You don't sell anything. You provide value. Like Max Cycle. That's why are they in business for 50 years and they're thriving. They thrived during COVID, of course, because everybody needed a bike, right?
And then in small world, we have two buildings here. In one of the buildings, Mary Jane's father had Max Cycle in the building. So about 15 years ago, we were making some changes and we had to dig up part of the floor. What did we find underneath the concrete? Some bicycles.
No, really?
I swear. Yeah. I told her daughter.
It wasn't cash like at the.
No,
the
it was an old bicycle. They figured just cover it. Right?
They were amazing. I've never met the owners before until
Yeah.
today. They were amazing. What are their names?
Mary Jane is the owner, and her daughter is working there. I forgot her, Giselle, I think. But they have not just great service; they have great selection. When you go over there, you can go from the beginning hobbyist to the most serious rider. I won't tell you the prices of those big bikes, but they're really pricey.
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah.
But biking in the last couple of years has skyrocketed. All right. And they've been at that location for many years over there. They do a really good job, and they're active participants in the community. So let's talk about what makes the Doral Chamber shine. When somebody talks to you, what do they see from you?
Look, it's the issue is when I joined chambers in the past in 2008 when we started the Doral Chamber of Commerce, Carmen and myself. There was an organization going on there now that acted like a chamber, wasn't called a chamber, and they were favored by the city and all the politicians. We started because we saw a gap. That organization, all they did was have one nice meeting once a month, which I told people, go to the meeting. Don't join them. Go to their meeting. That's a great meeting. And so, I don't believe in competition. Chamber South is doing a great job. I told her today, you guys are doing a great job. Let's work together. What differentiated us is that customer service and education. From the beginning, it was education. Okay, what do businesses need? They need to know, and it was the era 2008. It was right after Facebook. 2007, right? 2008, it was social media. Everybody's talking about social media. How do you use this stuff? What's search engine optimization? How do you get your page to show up at the top? What is Google My Business? Most businesses, if you look, don't have an optimized Google My Business listing.
So as you talk about that, you realize that if you're running a pizza shop, you're really good at making pizzas and doing that. Most people are not good at marketing and their core business.
But it's not that hard. It's just you stay up to date. Everything is here. It's on YouTube. Okay, you can see it here. You can learn it here. What I do with my classes, which are starting back up in January, we have the social media, search engine optimization. They're 3.5-hour courses. They're free for chamber members. And I'm also email marketing, and I want to add Google My Business, which is your local listing map. That has to be optimized.
So one of the things we recognize is when you go to some of these meetings, whether it's in person or virtual, it sort of triggers your brain, and you go, I think I need to do that.
Yes.
So if they can't or don't want to do it themselves,
Mhm.
and they don't have somebody on staff, they can certainly talk to you. And
Yeah.
help me out here,
Yeah.
right?
Now we don't do it. We're not a social media agency. We
Right.
have chamber members that do, but I will tell you who to use and what to look for,
Yes.
which is important. All right. The big thing now is, I'm going to pay an influencer. All right. You go to that influencer that yesterday had 10 followers and today has 15,000 followers. How did that happen? Did you pay for those? And that's, don't believe those influencers. And I see it. We have some great organizations like Sloan's Ice Cream, best ice cream in Miami, Sloan's Ice Cream at City Place. And he went through that. He paid somebody that was an influencer. And then he realized, wait, that didn't do anything for us. By the way, everything is not social media and marketing.
Yes.
What did we do with him? I helped him out with his marketing because I love the guy. They're great. David and Debbie are just amazing humanitarians and people. They give to everyone, and I helped them. And I said, look, one of the things, let's do kids night out. I think it was kids night out. Or we called it kids night out. We did the Santa Claus. We had I did a punch card for him. He could have done it digitally, but we did a punch card for him. You got to capture the names. Those things are important. Understand what marketing is. And
So lots of people, as they get lost, they could go on Google. They could find some free courses that are there. And I think those things are really good to pique your curiosity, to get you up to date about what to do. And you can go there, you can watch these short briefs. And then my advice is you join a local organization like yourself so that you get that marketing going. I can tell you that once a week in person, I meet our web guy here. Really important,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because we can have the conversation.
there's a way to have a website.
Yes.
And there's a way not to have a website.
Yes.
Optimization is important. You understand it. And people, I would have CEOs of companies say, I don't need to take your class. I'm not going to do that. No, you need to take my class because you need to understand what you're paying someone to do for you and to know if you're doing it correctly or not. Right. And optimization, by the way, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but SEO is of ultimate importance, and SEO is across the board on your website, on your social media, on the images you upload, on your YouTube video. Everything is about SEO. You have to understand SEO. That's the number one thing for all of your other digital marketing platforms. But don't underestimate non-digital. Number one, customer service. Once again. And then your paper, I tell people you got to have mixed media. You're doing an amazing job with the mixed media.
We've been fortunate to be able to, in the last 10 years, 15 years, we changed around from community newspapers, then it was newsletter website, to the other way around, media company, and here are the 15 things that we offer.
Are doing it the right way. And by the way, thank you for not putting a paywall like the Miami Herald does.
Oh my God, I'm so sick of that.
I can't stand having a little news brief. I click on it and they want me to pay. You know what? If they wouldn't have had that, I would have paid Miami Herald. I'm not going to pay Miami Herald. Don't do that.
It certainly
they just don't get it.
Moves people away from it.
And you get it. They don't get it.
One of the things that we recognize is that once you don't go to a place for a long period of time, it's out of your habits, right? And you have a habit somewhere else, right? And if the local media doesn't make that content available, I think freely, all right, and so people go to it and they read your stories, they talk about it, and go to the advertisers that are there, then after a while, we just find another place to go.
I talk about you all the time. I talk about you and Grant and what you do here and how you do it right. Okay, where you should not spend a penny on anything other than you. And we have a local magazine in Doral. It's called Doral First. That's the only one we recommend, okay, because they're doing it right. And then street media. People think bus benches. A bus bench for me, that doesn't work for me.
So we recognize the importance of face-to-face. I know it's been sort of awful the last couple of years, but it's getting better. So when they go to that, they join your chamber, and you're sending out these newsletters, they need to have face-to-face with
Yes.
those people with whom they
Yes,
play.
yes, you do.
So there's that connection. We were just at
Yes,
a
you do.
meeting. I can't tell you how many people said hi to each other that normally would not see each other.
Right.
So let's look into the future, to 2022. It's hard to imagine that it's already here, right?
Yeah.
And the last couple of years, it's like, where did it go? A lot of little kids and grandkids, 20%, 30% of their life has been involved with the pandemic. But we are certainly, it's a new phase.
Yes.
So tell us what the new phase and the new look of the Doral Chamber will be in 2022.
What we started during the C word in the past year and a half is really, I realized that that's the way to go, and to continue it, because before the pandemic, I gave everyone my cell phone number, and Carmen too. It's the way to go, is that personalized service and putting people together, but doing the events the right way. There's only certain chambers here that do it correctly. And I'll tell you, Chamber South does it correctly. Miami Beach Chamber does it correctly. We do it correctly. Okay, which is, you got to be practical. Your events have to be practical. When you have an event where people come in and sit at a table of 6 people and the same people sit together, I've had events where I see 3 people from the same company come in the door. I said, guys, split up. Okay. And I make them split up. So practical events, more continuing with the digital training, excellent customer service, and making sure that people understand through education, digital and non-digital, that customer service is key, and how to use the digital products.
And you bring up a really good point. Each business has its own marketing, and they need to include each of those things.
Yes.
Which is the community service, going to events on whatever level they're comfortable with, including advertising wherever it's appropriate for them. But certainly a key is to be around other people, right?
Yes.
So that they go, oh, I think I remember this. I can't tell you how many people say, gee, I saw this show or that show. Today at our breakfast, I introduced people to one another that had seen each other on our show. Yeah. What a thrill that was to be that conduit that helped these people connect.
Look at the relationship we have with the burger guys.
Yes.
He was in Doral. He was at King's Dining when I met him many years ago. Now he's in Coral Gables.
We got 2 minutes left.
Yep.
And I want to wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, it's not luck, the best of everything to you and to your family.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I do want to say, wait, before we leave, because I really want to give you a plug. Look, if you're going to market, this is the place to market. Michael cares. Grant cares. This whole organization cares. And it's not just taking your money. It's just like our chamber, like the Doral Chamber of Commerce. We don't just take your money. We've pushed to do the best we can for you. That's what you get here. You really got to market through here. Talk to Grant, talk to Mike, talk to Michael, talk to Grant, And if you're going to spend dollars, be careful where you spend it. But I would suggest that you spend it, first of all, at our chamber. Join us first. And then come here and spend some money here. Come on the show. Come on my show. I have a show here. I wanted Michael to interview me today, because I wanted to talk about some of these things that are going on for 2022.
As usual, we would like you to speak to the young person.
Yep.
Here it is at the end of 2021. We have a bright future. So why don't you talk? What camera should he be looking at? Andres, what camera? That was
middle camera. Okay. So kids are of ultimate importance to me. I get very emotional when I talk to kids, teenagers. Look, you, first of all, pay attention to your parents. That's number one. Number two is you can be anything you want to be. Entrepreneurship right now is simple, especially when you have the digital training. Continue to learn, continue to educate yourself. Get on YouTube and learn about business, learn about marketing. There have been 13-year-olds that have created $1 million businesses, and you can be one of those. So fight hard, learn, do good, do for others. And all I have to say to you is God bless you, and God bless you.
Thank you. Again, thanks for joining us live with Miami's Communities. Our guest today and his friend Manny Sarmiento from the Doral Chamber of Commerce, and his wife Carmen Lopez is off the stage there. And folks, have a great day, and happy holidays to everybody.
Happy holidays.